Hello everybody all over the world. Sup? Welcome to this not really scheduled episode. I've had this laying for quite a while. It's been requested by me by Fire. He sent me like a replay. He's like, hey, can you coach me? Do an episode on it? And I was like, sure. So we're going to be coaching Fire. He has submitted a demo of himself just playing in a lobby, and I'm just going to nitpick at his playstyle and stuff like that. But before I start going to that, because I was actually on time, like really on time today. I had usually we're like really late and I have to postpone it like 30 minutes, but today I was actually ahead of the schedule. So I actually got some extra time. So I decided to try something that I haven't really done before, and that's just to look at who we're dealing with, because I've only seen Fire. I've talked to him a couple of times. Don't know really who he is. I've only seen him playing a couple of times. I don't really have any context to who he is, so I thought, like, since we're doing an episode on him today, I thought, like, why not figure out who he is? So, I can start with what I... Alright, cool. I'll just do this again, because OBS didn't really like that, I guess. So let's see if we can just... and like this. Ah! Nailed it. So we're now looking at his UGC page, his profile page. Played on Turbo Poop Esport, some other teams, stuff like that. Went over to his Steam profile, just took a look at his hours played. Mostly played Scout, played Sniper, 270 hours, stuff like that. Might have been a reset, because if we take a look at his Hall of Fame, he actually won the Sniper one-on-one cup that was back in like all the way 2009. And as you can see, like if you take a look at his team's history, there's quite a lot there, like 1,000 like ages ago. He's been here for a long time, right? He's been here he's been in the competitive scene longer than I have, and he's asking me for advice. Okay, I guess. So he just played a lobby, Highlander 99, and he's playing Sniper. His loadout is the Razorbacks, AVP's hand, and the Kukri, and we're just gonna go right into it. Let's see if we can. F. Come on. Bind toggle. F. Fuck. Advanced spec. Outline enabled. Bind toggle. F. And now we can see the things. So of course, doing the standard stuff, I've also disabled the comms, because there were some comms going on in this game. So we will look at that. We'll mainly look at his playstyle and stuff like that. It's pretty solid, but there's like a few things here and there that he could do, like kind of like habits, bugbears that have you done. So I'm just gonna speed things up until he is alive. And Batwater is kind of like the benchmark of a Highlander. It's a very good way to figure out what you need to work on and stuff like that. So lands a bunch on the Scout, like right here. When you're a sniper in this position, like you're just shooting people that come out of spawn, and this is basically a transition position where you can just hang out and just shoot stuff. Don't recommend getting into sniper battles there, because it's kind of pointless. But you just shoot the cart and try to stall it, just buy your team a little bit of time. He tries to help the soldier doing some stuff here, and doesn't really land the shots just yet, but he will eventually. He will. So, already a bit of an overextension here. Kills the Scout and sees another Sniper, and the Devilman is jumping, and he sees that. Probably calls it to his team. I've turned off the voices, so you can't really see that, but there's a surprising amount of comms going on there. And right now we can see, like, if you battle a Sniper in this area on Batwater, like, what are the possible outcomes? Well, either you kill him and it takes him 5 seconds and he's back to where he was, or he kills you, or you run away with low health. That's like the outcome. So the best idea is to not, when you're on defense, not battle the Sniper on blue when he's in his own spawn. Just wait for him to come out and then shoot him. And it does get taken out by Pyro, so we're just going to speed things up until he is alive again. So we're just going to look at his positioning. I'm not going to really be like, no, you should aim better, because aim is like something you get over time. This guy is seems pretty comfortable with what he is doing. He's played Highlander for a long time. Not entirely sure if he still plays sixes. He plays on the Russian national team because he is indeed Russian. So with this angle, also very standard spots where you can kill people. Does kill the engineer. Not that he huges the picks. During this game that he submitted to me, I don't think he killed the medic or the heavy a single time. But he did kill the other sniper, which allows his team to stay a bit more in the open. And one thing we see that Fire is doing, that a lot of snipers do, is that they don't take the time to outline the shots. They try to go for quick scopes a lot, kind of rushed things, kind of hyping themselves up, and that results in them just missing a lot of shots. And well, they do shoot more, but they also miss more as well, trying to kill a scout. This very good positioning here, but the other sniper does take him out, as he had his scout friend as a distraction. And doing this when you are when you're dead is not really good, because he's just clicking his mouse like this. Don't do that, alright? Just use your team to figure out where the enemy is and try to get like a good idea of where you're going to go, because you do get a lot of information just by spectating your dead teammates in order where to go. Positioning wise, just not to be like, oh well, I'm dead, I'll just fucking click mouse 1 and 2 a lot. And a lot of players do this, and it kind of like stresses you up. But as a sniper, you kind of need to be calm, quick, and focused. It's kind of what you do. And if you're those three things, you will do very well. So right now, I would really recommend, in this situation, this is what I would have done. Whoa. No, 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 no. Fuck. Alright. Spitting it up again. God damn it. I hit the wrong button. Whoops. Man, look at this quickness. Man, this is good. Let's see. Okay, he gets killed, and okay, we're back here, I guess. Just gonna speed things up just a little bit. Okay, so he has a soldier friend in front of him. I think right now would be a good time to just keep focus right here and not really go anywhere else, because you're a support class and you're supposed to like support the soldier. So if anything goes up to this soldier, because you're this far back, and even though it's a long sniper lane, people won't really see you because you're kind of invisible due to the fact that your soldier is in front of you. So use that to your advantage. And already we can see that Fire kind of lost his focus. He kind of went away from that little edge. And right here, what I wanted to show when I hit go instead of drive is that right here would be a good spot to go to this area and stand here. This is actually a sniper spot I don't see enough snipers use. You have health pack and ammo respawning here, and the good part about this is that most snipers will just stand here, but I hear you don't have as wide an angle. But what you want to do sometimes as a sniper, especially Fire, he does this a lot, and I think if he did this differently, he would benefit a lot more from this, is that make the enemy think it's absolutely clear and that you're not watching. They're like, hey, the sniper is near, we should just go. And then they jump out because they haven't seen you, because usually all the snipers always stand here. But if you stand up here, then they run out and they just go, fuck, a sniper, and you kill them, because you kind of catch them off guard. Let's see if we turn off drive. There we go. But he just resumes this area, stuff like that. Sometimes it's nice to let the enemies, think it's clear. It does kill the sniper, so now everybody on the opponent team, given that they have comms and they do, yeah, whatever. If they do have comms, they will let you know where you are, and just kind of standing in this spot here. Let's see if we can get some. Where are the outlines? Let's see. Outline enabled. There we go. And then he goes into sniper battle and he loses to the other sniper. Nothing hasn't really happened, so it's not the biggest of deals. And then he's back up, and I got a nice little respawn wave there. So let's see what he decides to do. Okay, so there's some pressure onto his team. Does assist in killing the medic. Gets hit by a scout twice, and then he turns. Does not see the scout, and he's like, well, I guess he's gone then. Better resume. And headshot. Doesn't check his right side. Right here is very crucial that you check your left side, because you did get hit by a scout. You didn't see the scout, but he's still there. Surprise, motherfucker, and you die. Let's see how far. Yeah. Keep that in mind. He is a Razorback user. I was strongly advise people not to use the Razorback. Yeah, and also don't do this. Look at this. Like, you don't see anything. You want to get as much information as possible on the other team. And this just... it gets dizzy, alright? It's dizzy. But yeah, like using the like some people think I have like a relationship with a Razorback. I actually don't. That's like part of an act, sort to burst your bubble. But I do not get upset with when people are using Razorback. It's like, okay, protects against backstabs. But in this case, like we haven't even seen the spy do anything with him. So I guess like if you really want to use the Razorback for what it's worth, don't use it in the start and just use it as a response if you keep getting stabbed over and over again by the spy. And here also, once again, he's like leaving his position to deal with something his team could have dealt with, and that just allows that scout to come and kill him again. That's just pure positioning. Like, you go out and kill a bunch of stuff, and then you run some more, and then you get killed. Let's try to like have some thought process, because like you're not quick scoping machine. You're supposed to get the right kills at the right time. And right here, it's like so hard for a sniper because, you know, he is being pressured. There's 2 versus 1. There's that scout again. You've already died twice to this guy trying to land the headshots, but it doesn't work. If you had the SMG, you land a body shot on him. The scout's probably pretty weak, and now you can see he's in a very weird spot. He also has his scout friend to help him, and the scout, I think, has hit him once or twice. So if you had the SMG, you would have survived, but the scout just pistols you down. And the Razorback kind of just taking down your vulnerability, because it's not the spy that's been killing you, it's been the scout. And Girardi, Darwin Danger Shield, SMG are pretty good responses to that. So what I'm just trying to say is, don't equip the Razorback unless the spy keeps killing you. It's kind of like similar to the mentality you have in a pub, but you don't really need to check your back unless you've been stabbed by a spy or someone on your team has been stabbed. Like, until you get stabbed, you don't have to shift your focus. So this is a lobby for tf2lobby.com, I think, where it's just a bunch of random people playing together in a competitive format, so there's going to be very huge skill gaps, and usually teamwork aren't as tight as we see in other leagues, but it's a good game feel practice. And right here, you have like a sniper, you have like a choice. You have a medic here, he's healing everybody, and you have like your enemies in front of you, and here is where a lot of snipers, similar to Fire here, where they would just quick scope, and quick scope and not necessarily hit anything. But here he does have a full charge, and he should just stay here and just lock down this area right here, right? Like this, I mentioned this in the sniper angles video, where you just have this little area to snipe from, this little window. It's very good. And then he just unscopes and just looks around. I've watched this and I listened to all the comms, and none of the comms were like... They were just basically trash talking most of the time and just trying to be funny. But it does take out the other sniper, and here is the demo man, and the soldier is jumping, and now he does something really smart. He's like, oh, I know the sword is coming. Lands a nice little headshot, takes off a lot of health. Pyro comes and finishes him off with a nice little reflect. Nice little...
teamwork.
Right there. Very nice. And I was in a good spot as well. He peeks, only sees the mini sentry, and he should just stay down there and keep the sight line here, because this is very good. You're all the way in the back, and if you wait for like the second guy to come out, you can get a big pick. So here it's important, like the most crucial picks in Highlander is to just kill a heavy medic or a heavy. And he does kill 2 guys. He killed Bing and another dude. Let's see if we just back it up here from my nice little let's see, 3, 5, 0, 0, 0. Oh, okay, let's see. Yes, that's correct. And you can see I have clearly more sniper hours, which means you're better. Not really. But it's like, how well do you spend your hours? So we're going to slow it down just a little bit. So he sees the scout, and there's a mini sentry. Right now, the scout can't really do all that much to him. Like if the scout comes towards him, he will just back out, and you can see he has his friends here. They're just kind of just helping him out, and there's a mini sentry there. He could potentially just shoot it, which he does. Doesn't quite take it out. And here he sees the heavy. And right now, if you were a patient sniper, you would just be like, alright, I'll just kill the heavy and focus on killing him. And then he sees the scout, and he's like, well, I'm going to try and kill the scout. He misses. And then the heavy peeks, right? So right there, killing the scout is kind of pointless, because the scout is very good close range, but the scout's really far away, so you can't really do anything. But you should kill the heavy, because the heavy's going to come in with a push, most likely, in case, you know, we've seen this. So then he doesn't have enough damage. He kills the pyro, and then the push happens, and he kills the scout, but there's an uber push coming in. And if he would just have waited slightly more and not have gone for the scout pick as soon as he had the opportunity when he first tried it, he would have killed that heavy and that push wouldn't have happened. Like, the push didn't have a huge impact because the teams were severely stacked in Fire's favor. As you can see, as a sniper, he goes fairly uncontested throughout most of this game. And that is really good as a sniper. Like, if you're allowed to stay alone and nobody's like, really bothering you, you can do a lot of damage here. So, like, I think the only power classes that Fire actually kills is the Demo Man. But he does hurt the other classes. I don't think you get a single med pick in this game. So now he's watching, he only has one bullet left, and then he unscopes, and there's a couple of miniguns right in front of him that he could just grab at any point in time, but he doesn't seize the pyro. Wood might have been better if he didn't fire at the pyro, because it was just the pyro there to give the illusion, like I mentioned before, that it's clear, that everybody can just attack. And then he sees the Demo Man. Demo Man's a prime target, so barely misses, that's fine, you know, they're hard to hit when they keep strafing back and forth. But then he comes back and strafes this straight line and just kills him. And then he gets killed, but hey, you got the Demo Man, and the other sniper can't really kill anyone unless the defenders peek, and now you have like this shit again. Try not to do that. Try to keep calm, keep focused, and keep in mind that you have to kill the right target at the right time. And it's very situational, and it depends on the games. Like right here, the teams aren't very equal. So it's kind of like whatever, you can kill whatever, your team will kind of carry you to victory. Stuff like that. They are pushing the cart, but gets the scout once again. This is a nice little headshot coming out there. Gets a nice headshot on the Demo Man as well. Forces the retreat. The cart is moving forward. Does die to a heavy. And hasn't really done anything with the Razorback yet. It's kind of like the... Razorback is kind of like the Volcano insurance of Team Fortress 2. It's like, you buy Volcano insurance, and based on the fact that you buy a volcano insurance, there are no volcanoes, even though you live in an area where there are no volcanoes. But if it happens, I'm insured. It's kind of like that. So, like, don't get volcano insurance unless you live next to an active volcano, unless you're absolutely sure that, like, you know, this might be a thing. And that goes for, like, the backstabs. Like, this spy in this game didn't really get a lot of work done from what I saw. Through this point of view. I think he got like the medic once or twice, and that was about it. And once again, like, he took his time, but he didn't wait long enough. So let's just go back just slightly. Just take a look. It's so important when doing the heavier classes. Like, if you're a sniper and you do like MGE a lot, and you're used to just quick scoping, it's not going to work too well against Demo Man and heavies when they're overhealed in a setting, because you actually just have to sit and wait for the charge in order to get the kill. Because, yeah, so he sees that, so let's just slow it down when the heavy approaches. Ah, here's the heavy. Okay, so he sees the heavy, and he shoots, misses, and then it's like, alright, the heavy has overheal, it's only taken a couple of rockets, and that heavy probably has, my estimate, he has over 300 health. I did not see if the rocket hit him or not, but that's just what I'm going to assume. So I was like, yeah, don't have a clear shot on the medic, and has a clear shot on the heavy, but does pull the trigger too early and only does 270 damage, allowing the heavy to escape. And that's kind of like the whole idea of, when you're a sniper, you have to be really good at estimating damage and usually overestimate the damage of your opponents. So you're absolutely sure to get the kill. Don't pull your trigger too early. And right here, he even got the sandwich from the heavy, but it wasn't enough. Kind of like wonky positioning there. If he would have ran behind his heavy friend to let his heavy soak up the damage, he would have survived, but it didn't. He was kind of like, I'll just strafe and hope to God my teammates kill him. Which they did, but not in time. And then the medic died from a caber from PMS MOP LF6's sub-demo. And now you're in a very common spot, which is the last area here. It has some very nice sniper lines. There's a couple of places you can stand. You can either stand here, which is good, but you're vulnerable from the window. That is important to keep in mind. So, but it doesn't cover the cart or the sight line. But this is probably the best spot. However, you have to be careful about the spot standing exactly here, because snipers can actually spot you from the window, and I like to do this if I'm like, my team is having some trouble pushing out and the sniper's kind of just in this corner. Yeah, there we go. And then the soldier's not moving and he just picks him off. Here, it's probably better to stand in front of the area here, because you have locked off the window. And also this area which he will run into later, is also pretty good. Oops, excuse me. Does get the other sniper in the sidelines, does spot the scout as well. And this spot here also allows for a very nice shutdown for the map room, which is that room over there. And he's just strafing back and forth, kind of low on health. And this is another great spot inside here because you get a very good sight line. And this is an excellent good spot to not shoot the first target that runs around, but shoot the second target, because usually the second target is the medic. So that's if you just do that and just wait for the first guy to pass, you kind of have to do that. But watch out for other snipers because you know that counter sniping, meta game, all that stuff. Does take the pyro once again. Not the it's a pick, but it's not like the greatest of picks. Pyros aren't very good against heavies, so your heavy team could definitely handle a pyro. So far throughout this game, Fire hasn't gotten like any of the crucial picks, but also the enemy team hasn't really been doing a lot either. They've been kind of scattered, attacking one at a time. And hey, he saw the sniper dot on the wall, and that is a very good indication that sniper is going to be peeking fairly soon, and doesn't quite get the clear shot. Sees the other sniper misses, and we have some sniper dueling metagame going on. And jumping and shooting and pressing control in the air, and when you don't do it, you actually hit your target. So keep calm. Oh, that's a spy. That was actually Fire. Oh, and the spy gets stabbed by another spy, I think. Yeah, there it is. Raptoria Jesus. Took him out. So just hanging out in the back spot here when the cart is in the current position where it's at now. This spot is really, really good. Really, really strong. Very much recommended for any kind of snipers. Also have the engineer here. So you will also be able to cover your engineer. Like sniper sentry is very good, just in general. And lands a headshot on the sniper. He has overheal, but he's forced to retreat. Also a nice example that you don't necessarily need to kill the targets all the time. You just need to weaken them, so make them disappear. And then... didn't get the soldier just yet, but the spy there actually took him out. And then he dies from fall damage because you gotta pay attention to how much health you have. So apparently if you have 16 health, that drop there kills you. Keep that in mind. So we just fast forward. It's always easier to snipe on the offense side than it is on the defensive side because you can always outposition and being very focused, trying to get the medic, other snipers in your blind spot. Not a whole lot you can do. I mean, you could just do, well, it's like, well, you could always, you know, jump, cancel, press control. And it's like, yeah, but what if the other sniper hits you, regardless if you do that or not? Then that cheeky little bug abuse strat doesn't really apply all that much. And then they eventually capped. They lost a lot of players. Boom. But hey, 15 minutes and 34 seconds. That's like an episode of Family Guy, man. I think they will be able to handle this because it was pretty one-sided. Like they took a long. It was like a whole long train wreck of a push. But now we get to see the offensive side. So far from Fire, like if I were to like give some coach and advice, is just to take your time, make sure you kill the right targets. Don't rush it. Sometimes just sitting and waiting can be better than just to shoot the first target that runs around. It's very easy, especially if you're a Sixes player and come from a Sixes standpoint. It's very easy to just like kill the first thing you see. Like, oh, there's a scout. Well, he's first. I'm gonna kill the scout first. But the scout can't really do all that much when he's far away. He has to get close. And if you're hanging out by a sentry, the scout can't really touch you. So killing something else is very good. So. Once again, I'm going to mention this many times, but it's like so important that give the enemy team the illusion that it's clear to stand in the open. Because in Highlander, especially in the higher divisions, after the enemy sniper gets picked, you will see like a lot more boldy play. People will suddenly stand a lot more in the open. But if they don't see it, it'll be like, well, there's no sniper here. We can just do that. And then they do so, and then they die, and you feel very smug about it. We'd really like to see that Fire did some more as a sniper and. Spy sniper. Usually I think it's a bug, I'm not sure if it's still present, but sometimes if a spy disguises as a friendly sniper, he will have the arrows in the quiver, as well as having the sniper rifle. And here we see like another example of having the Razorback not really paying off, because it limits your damage output. That soldier was like really weak, but he did get taken out. So he's back here, and I think, is this the part? No, this is not the part. So right now, it's really hard, because like you were all by yourself, there was like 5 there and the other sniper was in your blind spot. Not a whole lot you can do there. But thankfully, oh, does kill the other sniper. Wait, hang on. I wanted to show that again. Fuck. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Come on. This is why I don't necessarily like to use demos. This is why I prefer the replay system. I feel the replay system is a lot easier to work with. It doesn't give me like all these audio bugs. Let's see. Okay. So he is going to go out and he sees... He checks there. Yeah, doesn't see any sniper. And he checks over. Oh, there's another sniper! Quickly! Scope! He shoots and kills him and jumps to avoid getting shot even though the other sniper shot first. Okay. Keep that in mind when you do like the jump cancel. You only need to jump cancel if the other sniper haven't fired yet. Like if he's already shot, he can't shoot you because he's reloading. He's doing like the thing, and he literally can't shoot you. And if you've already killed him and he has already fired, there's absolutely no point in jumping. It's like you're completely soaked and wet, and then you're like, and then the rain stops, and then you pull out the umbrella. It's like, you know, what do you do? And here's another thing I wanted to mention is let's see, 78200, yeah, and that is as a sniper, it's really easy to shoot players when they're retreating than when they're attacking. The thing about jumping in the scope is that it doesn't really do anything. You don't lose any stamina, but it's like it shouldn't be in the game. It's bad game design. It ruins the sniper versus sniper mechanic on a game design level. But the whole idea is that you actually strafe slower if you jump. So if you try to run out of fire, if you're being shot at by sentries or heavies and stuff like that, if you jump and you're like backed against a wall and there's like no point in jumping and there's only point in strafing, you just strafe. But it doesn't really matter. It's like just a minor thing. It's like not really that important or vital in any way. But here we're gonna see that there's a Demo Man. Demo Man has 175 health. Lands a headshot, but Valve's like, heads are not part of heads, so that's a body shot. Hit reg. So he lands a shot on Demo Man. Doesn't quite get it, but he did some damage. So the Demo Man was shot. Sees the medic. Tries to align the shot. Medic is strafing, so misses. Showing that you, as long as you have good strafing and unpredictableness, you're pretty hard to hit. And then he's starting to have his team in front of him, which means he can relax a bit. Focus is not on him because he has his heavy in front of him. You can see his positioning is very good right now. And he checks his back for a spy. There's nothing there. We're watching this in slow motion, by the way. And then the Demo Man is kind of overextending for the red team. Kind of a mistake on his part. And he does get off a double sticky. And now he's retreating. Boosh! Headshot, domination. And that is how you do it as a sniper. Look for the retreat. But also you can kill players if they're really predictable in the way they run forward. And now he's kind of on a roll. Pyro runs in a straight line, which is also predictable. And you can just pick him off. So players who are not aware of you being somewhere runs in a predictable fashion, and players who are getting shot and are running for cover or health packs are also really predictable. And that's things you can use for your advantage. Sometimes just doing a body shot on purpose just to get them to run in a straight line can be very advantageous for you as a sniper. So you should experiment and try that out. It's surprisingly how well that metagame works. Like, if you want to be a good sniper, you kind of have to nail the metagame of how people think and how they move and how they act. And if you can nail that, you don't necessarily need to have the best aim in the world. You can just kind of just say, well, I know he's going to run here, and just put his crosshair. And here we have like another example of like trying to quick scope stuff when either you should just, well, he gets the engineer, but the engineer's like, it didn't matter, the engineer's out of position. And he, well, there's another sniper that could have contested you, but he runs away right now, and so does the heavy. And here he had like, if before the red sniper approached, if he just charged his head and was like, well, the heavy is the guy who's going to die next, he would have actually been able to gotten the heavy, because fire is good enough skill-wise to choose who he is going to kill, but I guess his focus isn't as aimed towards a single target. It's more like just to do damage to whoever he sees. like right here, he would have enough time to land a charge shot and kill the heavy before the heavy ran around a corner, but instead he chose to quickscope the heavy, doing 150 damage, and then missing the second one as heavy was aware that he was being shot at. But he does kill the pyro, which didn't really matter at this point, and then he kills the engineer or something. Some pick like that, but like at this point in time, it doesn't really matter because they're slaughtering the other team. There's like no real contest here, and Fire isn't really being pressured by anything. He's allowed to stay in the back. He has players in front of him, and he can peek and do like this quick scoping action. It actually works because he doesn't. There's like no rockets, no stickies, no flares, no nothing. Just players running in a straight line, and that like just allows him to do so much damage. And we can see that like especially when Max plays for Ginyu Force and for the national team, his team plays in a way that allows him to just stand where he wants to and pretty much be uncontested, and he's good enough to just kill whoever he sees. And what the fuck? Killed by a sniper? How the fuck did that happen? Oh, that was unorthodox. Fucking unacceptable. So let's take a look and see how that goes, because T-Fortress 2 gives you a lot of information in terms of visual and audio. And here, if Fire would have listened to the audio, he would have killed the other sniper, even though he didn't see him. But this is important. This is why, like, Fire, he has a pretty good style. Like, there's not much for me to say really, because he's playing for a long time. He's pretty good. He played in Turbo Spook, he plays in Division 1. He played in Platinum. He knows his stuff. He knows what to do. But it's like this tiny nitpicking stuff. And nitpicking isn't really what my channel is all about. It's all about, you know, general game feeling, general strategy, and overall basics to further enhance your play. It's kind of like what we're doing. But Fire, he has the basics. It's just that he has a very scout-ish play where it's like not really all that patient. So we were going to turn up the audio, and we're going to play it in slow motion. Okay, so we saw the sniper here. He was on the side, right? But let's assume that Fire didn't see him. Oh, Div 1, Div 6, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Division is not a good indicator of skill, said GPS, while all the Div 1 and Prem players got really mad. So Fire, he hasn't spotted the sniper. Okay? He has not spotted the sniper. That is the sound of another sniper, and it was to the right of you. So if you have a stereo headset, you know that a sniper is on the right side of you. Okay? And then he fires. And he's so focused on killing the soldier, he actually gets killed by the other sniper. We saw it in slow motion, but let's take a look at it in regular speed and just... Okay! Thanks, demo. You really helped me there. Apparently, I'm not the only one trolling today. Okay, what's going on? I don't... Like, here's the thing. With replays, it doesn't fuck up unless the replay is absolutely botched. Like, you start it and then it crashes. And then you can navigate through the replay however you like. And it's fine. But with demos, it's like, if you use multicolor rendering and you try to skip forward, we're gonna fucking crash your ass. Is what we're gonna do. Fucking stupid. Stupid ass single-threaded replay demo system. Let's see, will it load? I'll just drink my Girardi. Limo. It's actually not lemonade, I refilled the bottle. Okay, so we have a visual. Let's see if I can get to where we were. Oh, god damn it. So, we go. Okay, we have visual and game didn't crash. Excellent. Fucking whoop-de-doo. Disable that. Apply. Go to this stick. Let's see. Okay, I think we went overboard. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Ah, fuck, whatever. Let's see if it works. Okay. And we're going to turn the multi-rendering back on. And okay. So we're going to watch what happened, which was he runs in. The sniper's like on the corner of his eye. His focus is straight ahead, so he didn't see him. That's fine. The sniper also wasn't moving, and this is what I've always been talking about, where if you see some other players moving and some players are standing still, you generally don't really pay attention to those who aren't moving. You just see the movement. You're kind of like a T-Rex for some reason. So let's just take a look at this again. Let's see, do I... Okay, good, good. Froze for a second. Turn up the audio, and let's listen. Check your left. Dead. And we speed things up. It's almost ending, I think. And yeah, they win! And then the replay ends. And that was all he sent me. Hopefully you got out of this coaching session what I had prepared. I watched this, like, I think I watched this 4 or 5 times. Isn't really a lot to say other than the things I've already said, which is to take your time, make sure you kill the right target. Sometimes, like in Highlander, we see a lot of snipers. They do get a lot of kills, but like the only thing they kill is like soldiers, scouts, and pyros. Are like what they kill. Maybe engineers too, but not like the heavy hitter classes. He didn't really have that many opportunities to kill the medic and the heavy. So if you go back and watch this again, which of course you will not do, I think, you will see that he didn't have that many opportunities. And the few opportunities he got, he couldn't really land them because the enemy medic was fairly good at strafing. So if the enemy medic is good at strafing, it's kind of hard to hit. And kind of underestimating the heavy opponent's damage, doing too little, allowing him to live. You kind of want to get the kill on those heavier classes, and also not kill the first target you see if you know, because this is in a competitive setting, and you can always assume stuff. So if the scout runs first, he's not going to be alone. There's always going to be someone else behind him that are slower, because scouts are the fastest class, and you only have one scout. Ugh. But it does feel pretty good when you kill the scout, honestly. And scout's like, yeah, let's fucking kill the scout. Just, you know, see that? See fucking kill the scout? Yeah, good, great. So that was this little coaching session. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something. Or nothing at all, because you already knew this because you were so pro. Ugh. So this Saturday, we're going to do the episode It's still going to be the same topic. It's help your team with a support class. Either play sniper, medic, or spy. Submit those replays where you go and you help your team, and you don't go like super solo and just kill everything. You help your team. That's the focus. Help your team, like we did with the power classes. Like I did with the power classes. Where our focus was like we find somebody and then we help them. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you later. Goodbye.